The history of Islam. Is Islam a peaceful religion? How did jihad started in Islam? Where did the black stone came from that the Muslims they kiss and touch during their pilgrimage in Mecca? And who is Allah? Lovers of knowledge and people of the sun, this lecture is not all about vituperating or unleashing criticism on Islam, but to expose the treachery, the shenanigan, the hocus pocus, and the mischief in religions. Where I came from, which is Nigeria in West Africa, a very religious country, they don't like to read. They like comedy, entertainment, enjoyment, and they like cashing cruise over everything. And most of their contents are all about relationship talks, boyfriend and girlfriend this and that, women this, men this, feminism that, even when the country is suffering under a bad government. This will tell you that there is lack of high education in this part of the world. Therefore, this knowledge I want to share today may not be appreciated by my own people in Nigeria, because many of them love ignorance and they are very religious. But if you love knowledge, come forward and learn. I am Ebenezer Heru, the unlimited voice of our untold African history, and you are welcome to my school of learning. History must be told the way it is. No one should be scared to speak out on issues that needs absolute attention. And truth must be told without bias or sentiments. Because we are no longer in the age of superstition and beliefs. We are in the age of knowing and enlightenment. You see, the first jihad in Islam. First, what is a jihad? A holy war. The first holy war in Islam took place the very first day Muhammad carried his Al-Majiri boys or foot soldiers from Medina down to Mecca and slaughtered his own people because they rejected his monotheistic belief. This is because before Muhammad was born, around 570 AD, his people were satisfied with their polytheistic pagan religion that was in existence for hundreds of years, which is the worship of 360 idols in a shrine known as the Kaaba, and telling these pagan worshippers to abandon their polytheistic religion and embrace monotheism, which is the belief in one God, was blasphemy to them. And this was the crime of Prophet Muhammad. You see, after Muhammad was chased out of Mecca, he flee to Medina. There in Medina, he converted lots of people to his new religion, which is Islam. And in order to take over Mecca, he led his followers and attack Mecca and establish Islam as the headquarters in the year 629 AD. This was the first jihad in Islam, personally led by Prophet Muhammad. Many Islamic converts of today will argue that his second arrival to Mecca was very peaceful and had no resistance. But deep history reveals that Prophet Muhammad invaded Mecca with an army of 1,500 and executed his first jihad in a violent and bloody way, which led to the death of many of his people just because they refused to see Allah as the one true God. Now, before Muhammad was born and before he attacked Mecca, there was nothing like Islam in existence. In Mecca, there is a place called the Kaaba or shrine. Inside there, they had 360 idols that the pre-Islamic people or Arab pagans worshipped, and Allah was believed to be among the 360 gods and was the least god among the 360. This black stone or Kaaba shrine was Islamized from its pagan form to an Islamic form after Muhammad's first jihad in Mecca. Now, around 610 AD, after Prophet Muhammad claimed that the Holy Spirit named Angel Jibril or Gabriel spoke to him that Allah was the only true God among the other gods in the Kaaba shrine, he started going around convincing people to follow his new religion and worship only Allah as the one true living God. But when he reached his hometown Mecca, he was chased out like a common criminal in the year 622 AD. You know, during Muhammad's lifetime, he carried out many holy wars just to spread Islam. Each of these holy wars, they were accompanied with violence and bloodshed. According to historical analysis, his troops fought 66 battles, out of which Muhammad personally led 27. Muhammad was born into a poverty family. He was taking care of the sheep of a wealthy Arab woman named Khadija. She later fell in love with him and they both got married. Although she was 15 years older than him, their marriage produced 2 boys and 2 girls. You see, Khadija was Muhammad's first wife. Now, as to how Islam started, we must understand that it all started around 610 AD when Muhammad went to a cave for meditation because his wife Khadija was a nagging wife, and Muhammad always ran to the caves to seek solitude. Inside the cave, he claimed that he heard a voice from the angel Jibril or Gabriel, who instructed him to carry out the words of Allah. From that moment, Muhammad started going places to preach about Islam and the Arabic God called Allah. The violence in Islam was also encouraged in many places by the Quran. For instance, in some surah, which means chapters of the Quran, Muslims were encouraged by Allah to unalive anyone who does not accept the teachings of Islam. In the Quran, Allah explains that every Muslim must carry out a jihad in one way or the other, and every jihad attracts more rewards in the Islamic heaven. According to the Quran, Allah says jihad is in fact not only a religious duty for Muslims, but a profitable commerce in heaven. In the Quran, Muhammad and his God Allah encouraged all Muslims to hate and never befriend any Christian, Jew, or pagan. It is also written in the Quran that Muslims who becomes friends with Christians or convert to Christianity or Judaism will only leave the leadership and control of Allah. Therefore, he or she is vulnerable to be killed. Now you can see why Boko Haram are consistent in their fight of jihad. You can see why even some Islamic politicians finance and support the atrocious activities of Boko Haram in Nigeria. You can see why Boko Haram boys cannot be defeated, because some Muslims believes that they are making Allah happy by financing the activities of Boko Haram. In some occasions, the leaders of Boko Haram have openly declared that it is in the Quran why they should unalive Christians or any Muslim who relates or live with Christians. It is imperative to note that Muslims who becomes friends, relate with Christians or non-Muslims, or even change to Christianity are no longer under the leadership and control of Allah, as was indicated in the Islamic Quran. This is why Boko Haram can kill their fellow Muslims and burn down mosques. Historians have gone deep to reveal more things and violence in Islam. You see, the English word assassin is purely of Arabic origin. It was originally called Hashashin, which in Latin is called assassinus, meaning smokers of hemp. This was taken or smoked by Muslims during the 7th century AD in order to receive enough energy to fight for Allah. This is why when Boko Haram boys unalived pregnant women in the northern part of Nigeria, they do it as if they don't have conscience. The spread of Islam was made faster, not through peaceful evangelism, but through massacre of innocent people and the invading of their villages, countries, and communities through jihad. Did you know that the Prophet had personal assassins who unalived anyone that insults the Prophet or Allah? For instance, an Arab woman named Asma Yazid, who had composed a poem to ridicule people who follow Prophet Muhammad, was assassinated by one of Muhammad's boys named Umar ibn, as instructed by Prophet Muhammad. Another poet named Abbas was unalived under the instructions of the Prophet. I want to inform you that Muhammad was never spoken to by any angel. Islam is based on his ideas. He used Islam to brainwash innocent people to follow him with the false rewards they will get in heaven. The heaven of Muhammad is filled with sexual immorality. The Quran talks of virgins which no person has deflowered that will be inherited by those Muslims on earth who serve Allah very well, especially those who unalive people for Allah. They are brainwashed to believe that each man, that is each Muslim man, will have 72 virgins with the strength of 100 men to satisfy those virgins. This is the myopic belief of many Muslim men in the world. Now, in the year 1804, an Islamic jihad was carried out in the northern part of Nigeria by a Fulani Islamic preacher named Usman Dan Fodio. And after the jihad, he was able to establish the Sokoto Caliphate. During this jihad, the original Nigerians in the north, who are the Hausas, because of course, Fulanis in Nigeria, they are not Nigerians. They are invaders. Now, during this jihad, the Hausas, who were termed or who were described as pagans by Usman Dan Fodio, were killed and their wives and children were taken from them. Islam has spread so fast with the help of jihad and violence. In Africa, Islam entered through North Africa, starting from Egypt, which is in North Africa. 4,000 Arab Muslims invaded northern Africa on December 639 AD during the 7th century AD, where many black African people in North Africa were slaughtered and lots of them were enslaved and converted to Islam. This action was the beginning of Islam in Africa. After taking over Egypt and its civilization, they claimed in their Quran that the Dajjal, who they said is the deceiver and the apostle of Satan, will be born in Egypt. Those who claim that their religion is peaceful will not tell you the historical origin of their religion because they know that their religion has bad history. For instance, in the year 1980, there was an uproar in Kano in the northern part of Nigeria where 4,177 persons were slaughtered by Muslims. 2 years later, on October 30th, 1982, 8 big churches were burnt down in Kano. That same year, the Muslims entered Kaduna and 400 Christians were killed. In 1984, Muslims in Yola and Jimeta killed 700 persons, including policemen, and rendered 5,913 persons homeless. On May 3rd, 1986, Muslim students in the University of Sokoto went ahead and attacked Christian students with dangerous weapons. In the year 1987, an elder in an Ekwa church in Kaduna was burnt to death by Muslims. The church was later rebuilt at the cost of $10,000. On May 1992, Muslims burnt the same church down with lots of Christians inside it. This explains that their religion teaches violence and hatred. Now tell me, is Islam still a peaceful religion? Lovers of knowledge and people of the sun, don't forget to buy the following books from me today to know more of our untold African history that the system will never teach you. General History of Africa, The Destruction of Black Civilization, The Golden Age of the Moors, The Untold History of the Black Race and the Fall of African Civilization, Volume 1 and Volume 2, Stolen Legacy, The 12th Planet, The Books of Enoch, and many more. These books are all in soft copy PDF. Do you have them? Do you want to have them? Then send a message to my DM right now for you to purchase your own copy. One love, people of Africa. I am Ebenezer Hiru. Welcome to my school of learning. I say